first thing I'll do is, give a shout out to our crowd. I thought our fans were phenomenal. Um, it's a great atmosphere for college basketball. Starting to see the energy and excitement around where we feel like the program is headed. So thanks to them. Hope certainly that they're not turned off by the fact that we couldn't finish today. But I thought our kids played hard. All credit goes to Georgetown. They outplayed us. They made timely baskets. They kicked us on the glass, and it's something that we need to figure out how to get better at before we move forward and get ready for the next one.
When did you guys know that you'd be without Ice, and just how big of an impact is that not having him?
I mean, he started every game of his career. He's a really good player. At the end of the day, he's not available today. We got to figure out a way to win. I'm not sure I can say when I knew. He's sick, so he's just kind of playing it by ear. And when he feels better, when he's capable of getting out there and giving us everything he has, then he'll be back. But we still should have played better, and we didn't. And a lot of that had to do with what Georgetown did. Mac McClung was terrific. The stat sheet shows that he missed 9 shots. I don't remember those. I remember every one of his makes, and they got a first-round draft pick center who was really, really good as well.
Moving forward, how beneficial was that start for Harris tonight?
It's good. I mean, all those guys. I mean, I think what we saw tonight is just for them the first time. Like we played those games early, close, but always felt like we were gonna win. This was a big time college basketball game. This is a Big 12 type game here, and so that's why you build the schedule the way you do, or at least the way we do, is to try to give these guys these opportunities to play in these games and gain some experience and confidence, so that again, when the calendar turns, which I always talk about, it's part of the process. We got to go through these things now. So it's huge for him. It's huge for Avery. It's huge for Keelan and Caleb. It's huge for Hitty. For older guys, obviously they've been through it before, but for those guys, they need to see. When we talk about rebounding being a big deal, it's not just something that we just as coach speak. No, we told them if we didn't rebound at a high level, we'd have a hard time winning, and that was the case.
What did you say about Lindy's name?
I thought he was good. I mean, I think Lindy's capable of playing like that more often, to be perfectly honest. I don't know about getting 30, but just the way as aggressive as he was. I've talked about that for years with him. He's somebody who's more capable than maybe he believes. So I was proud to see him, knowing that we were down a guy that I feel like he wanted to carry a little bit more load offensively, and he came out pretty aggressive and stayed that way throughout the game.
You were out into foul trouble pretty early, but even when he was back in the game, didn't score his first bucket until midway through the second half. So how do you guys try to overcome a performance like that moving throughout the rest of the year?
It's hard, because you're down one guy, right? You can't have virtual no-shows, and in some ways, that's what Yor was today, as good as he was. Last week, they played 18 minutes almost and got no rebounds. That's pretty telltale for me, especially when you talk about how important it was coming into the game. But those things happen. Although he's played a lot, he's still learning himself. And tonight got himself kind of played like he was a freshman again for the first time since last year. And it's something I'm sure he's conscious of, and I look forward to getting him back in practice and seeing our response to it.
Having Yor play only 4 minutes in the first half, was that because of the foul trouble, or were you just not seeing some from him in the court?
No, I mean, picked up 2 fouls before I think the first media. So it's, I don't have a hard, fast rule about it, but just knowing how important he is and how foul prone he can be, especially if they have a guy like Georgetown who they can throw the ball into. It was just, there was no way we could play him in the first half and chance that he's gonna pick up his third there.
How much of your struggles were his play versus, just having to go against Omier?
I'm sure it was a combination. I'm sure not, picking up those 2 fouls early didn't help. It was just psychologically, because obviously he then was not in any kind of rhythm for the game. But having to play against a guy like that, it's a great learning opportunity for us. I mean, the guys like that in every league, on every team in our league, and so just a reminder of him of how focused has to be able to stay on the court and have a positive impact on our team.
Looking at Harris and Anderson, what did you see out of them and how they ran the offense with Isaac being out?
Neither were great. It's okay. I mean, it is what it is. They've got to play for us, and it's the reason. You don't anticipate a guy getting sick or anything, but it's the reason you play him in those other games as much as you can, and try to, at least give them some sense of confidence and in their ability to help our team have success. I don't think Avery really ever got comfortable, but Chris seemed to get a little more comfortable as the game went along.
So what do you tell your young guys? First loss of their career for your first year players. What do you tell them after tonight?
My message is no different. The message is the same as it was after winning in Brooklyn last Friday. We'll come back. I'm going to go spend quite a bit of time watching this, figure out why we didn't rebound well enough. Was it something I didn't emphasize? Because it always starts with me, and I don't know if I set the tone from an urgency standpoint on the glass that needed to be there, because we certainly didn't play that way. And so it starts with me, and then I got to figure out how to put these guys in position to have success. And again, we didn't do that tonight. But on Friday we come back because we're off from practice tomorrow. We'll come back and we'll get better. I mean, it's no different. It's early. It's December 4th today. We're preparing ourselves to continue to get better and be playing our best basketball later in the year. So part of it is that we tend to have an overreaction early in the year. Well, just anything, right? When we played well last week, Ole Miss scored 37 in a game. We gave up 36 and a half today, right? The first half. But somewhere in between. The truth is we're not going to hold the team to 37 points in a game very often. But we certainly don't want to give up 36 and a half very often either. But we followed that up by giving 45 up in the second half. So it was a night our defense wasn't very good. And we can't overreact to this, just like we couldn't overreact to the other. It's just about staying the course, believing in our system and what we do, getting back to work.
Coach, you talked the other day about the team not shooting very well and threes against you. Was it not a case of them just knocking down shots, or was it some defensive breakdowns?
It was a combination. Again, they made some tough ones now. I mean, McClung was pretty much the only guy who really hurt us there. I guess Allen made one late, a step back late in the clock. That was a big shot. But I thought we defended the three fairly well outside of McClung. I mean, 1 for 3, 2 for 4 for Allen, 1 for 3, 1 for 3. I had to watch the film to see exactly. I mean, I thought our defense on the perimeter was good enough. I think it came down to rebounding. They got too many extra shots.
You mentioned Lindy was a little more aggressive. Was Cam that way too?
I don't know if he was more aggressive as much as he was more purposeful in his play. If you look at, he took 8 shots and 5 of them were from 3, but I didn't feel like any of them were like forced shots. They were all in rhythm. He attacked inside early, got himself to the glass, and for me, I always look at Cam's rebounding numbers. When he's 6 and above, I feel pretty good. When he's below that, I wonder where his mind is in terms of what our team really needs from him. And I thought he was pretty dialed in on helping our team have success today. And it worked out that he scored more.
What about the way he played against Omer too? I mean, in that first half with Dior on the bench, it seemed like he did a really good job in the paint there defensively.
Yeah, I mean, Cam's stronger than Yor. There's no doubt about that. And he's really smart. He's been playing against bigger guys his whole life inside, so he knows positioning and he understands our game plan and how to scheme. I thought he was locked in. I thought he had a pretty good couple of days of practice, and it showed on the court today.
What went into the decision to start Chris over Avery? You think with a point guard coming off, it might be Avery going on?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. Just trying to figure out the rotation, just overall, right? And if you got Avery and Lindy, both your probably top 2 primary ball handlers in there, then the game gets going. And if you got to take them both out at the same time, you could really be in a tough spot. So we went with Chris, let Lynn bring it some, and then brought Avery as the first guy off the bench, and then moved Lynn off the ball, and just try to keep a pretty good rotation in that way.
Those